There's two holes along the side which are for the grab rail, and I have a combination grab rail parcel rack that I'm going to use. Now on the end of the grab rail it's open and there's a plastic plug that fits in, but it has fingers in it and it fits a square nut into the fingers. There we go, like that. And then when you push the plug into the tube, that square nut lines up with a hole on the side. Now that hole is the one that lines up with this hole on the cowl. And there's a hex nut with a big flat washer and a wave washer that goes through the cowl this way and screws into the square nut to secure the arm of the grab rail. And then up here is the second hole, and it's a much longer Phillips with an oval head, and that oval head goes into the tubing in the grab rail, and then the special plug, plastic plug, fits here so the rail goes across it, and it's secured on the inside with a lock nut and a wave washer. Now inside the cowl on the back there's a rubber pad that fits in, and I removed that when I got it painted, but I'll put some glue to secure that onto the inside. So the Rondel just sticks on, and the RS logo, I like to use a molding tape from 3M, which comes on a roll. It's a two-sided sticky tape. So you attach it to the Rondel and then peel the protective backing off of it, and then center that in the cutout and lay it in. There we go. To mount the grab rail, I started with the front mount and ran the bolt through with the wave washer and the flat washer. And there's also a small plastic grommet, I guess you'd call it, that wraps around the rail, and then screwed it in loosely to the square nut. And then I could rotate this assembly back and forth. So what I did next is put the bigger grommet on both ends of the back mount and then slid it down carefully not to scratch the paint, and then run the bolt through, and then on the inside there's the lock washer and the lock nut. To install the cowl on the seat, I just flipped the seat upside down and lay the cowling on top. And it was at that point that I discovered that I had, of course, installed the bumpers backwards. They go on the inside of the cowl, not the outside. Oh well, easy to fix. Anyway, you just lay it down and line up the holes in the cowl with the holes in the seat and run in the screws. So I have the seat mounted to the cowling and the grab rail luggage rack or package rack mounted. The seat's got a tear in it, and I'm going to get it redone and actually reformed, but I don't have an appointment for that until November. So I want to put miles on the bike, and I'm going to go ahead and ride it with the old seat until I can get the new one redone. So the hinges on the bottom slide over pins welded to the subframe, and then the rear hinge is kept from sliding with this little securing ring that fits into a groove on the rear pin. So these are pretty easy to mount on the bike. Now the front pin is right here for the seat hinge, and then the rear pin is back here on the right side of the subframe. So it's pretty easy to just slide the seat over the pins. So I have the seat hinges slid onto the pins, and you can see the little retaining clip slid into the groove on the rear hinge to secure the seat to the subframe. And the seat's mounted, it closes and locks, and it's not rubbing into the gas tank. So all done with that.